so much for having me here. I'm just gonna get right into it because we are obviously all know we're limited for time, okay? So I'm gonna be reading from my phone, so don't mind me, it's all shut off and everything, so it won't ring or anything. So, all right, first of all, like I said, hello everybody, I'm glad to be here. My name is Ebony Coles, and I have the honor of guiding you through this practice today. Now, before we get started, I did just want to give you a brief introduction of myself, in addition to Elizabeth. I have been actually been a practitioner of yoga for over 10 years now. And one of the major things that I've come to learn is that although I have studied yoga for many years, I still have much more to learn. As I discovered, this is a lifestyle change. It's not a religion, just to be clear. It is a lifestyle change. It is a way of life, okay? Now, most of my practice has come from a wonderful traditional forms of yoga from India. But more recently, I have been practicing Kemetic yoga created by Yasur Rahotep and his teacher. This art form is from ancient Kemet, or maybe more familiar to people, ancient Egypt, which I think is relevant for today's event. Now, this form of yoga was a required practice for the priests and the pharaohs or the pharaohs of Kemet. And Kemetic yoga works on a person's entire being. And I feel like someone who has experienced trauma or knows someone who is living with trauma could benefit from this type of therapeutic practice because it works on all levels of existence, not just the physical body, but the mind and the emotions, the energy body, as well as the spirit and the soul. All of these things are connected, and you have to work on all of these things as a whole to get to the root of trauma and begin healing from it. Now, therapy, counseling, a better diet, exercise, all are good things to help people who have lived with intergenerational trauma, passed down, need something more deeper. For me, Kemetic yoga was like the missing link. When done properly, it can be a very restorative or rejuvenating practice. The intention is to move energy and life force throughout the body, and this helps with all of those levels that I mentioned before. Kemetic yoga is a practice that used to be passed down from our ancestors, but was systematically suppressed. And now we have been passing down a story of trauma that really needs to change. Now, everyone can benefit from this type of practice, but people of African descent get an added benefit of being reconnected to our ancient ancestors, which is a cultural component necessary for healing racial trauma. So today I want to share a few techniques. Some are exclusive to Kemetic yoga. Some may be familiar to you guys that you can take home with you, as well as something that just might be a relief for you today since we've all been sitting for so long. Now, we're gonna go ahead and get started. Now, if you can stand, feel free to do so. Otherwise, you are welcome to stay seated. Now, I want you guys to also keep in mind that it's important that let me just get my phone ready, that you listen to your body, but hear my voice, okay? So if there are poses and positions that are not in your practice today, that's totally okay. Feel free to opt out or do a variation, or just channel that inner teacher that we have in all of us that fits right there for you perfectly, okay? Now, making sure that you recognize the difference between pain and tension is important. If it's painful, make sure you stop, don't do it. But if it's just tension, I want to encourage you to use your breath to help guide you through the movements, to help ease you into the poses, to help you settle into help you ease you through the positions and settle into the poses, okay? Now, we're gonna start by bringing our feet about hip width apart. If you're sitting or standing, all of this can be done in either way. Let's just start with some gentle movement to check in with our body. We're just gonna, do some gentle twisting here. maybe side to side, opening up the lower back, the hips, and whatnot. And then when you're ready, I want you to find some stillness. Bring yourself to the center of your feet. Plant your feet firmly on the ground. Bring the hands down to the sides, active arms straight down, the palms come towards the thighs. And we're gonna start with centering ourselves. And we're gonna do that by engaging with the breath. So if it feels good, go ahead and close the eyes or soften the gaze and begin to bring your attention to your breath. I want you to just get an idea of where your starting point is. Is your breath fast? Is it slow? Is it delayed? Is it restricted or not? Don't try to change anything, just get an idea of where you're at. And once you've gauged once you've figured out where your breath is starting from, I want you to begin to regulate your breathing. I want you to take the same amount of time to inhale and exhale. We're gonna start with breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Breathing in slowly, filling up the belly, starting from the base of the spine, which is about 3 inches below the belly. Feel the energy rising up as your lungs fill up, the chest will start to lift. And then take a second to pause at the top. And as you exhale, gently open the mouth, let the chest come down, feel the lungs deflating, the belly will fall, and repeat. Do that a couple more times on your own. Taking gentle breaths, filtering and cleansing the air as it enters the body, revitalizing all the cells. Now on your next inhale, I want you to continue to have that regulated breath, but we're gonna exclusively breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Still with that regulated breath, filling up the belly, allowing the chest to rise, and then slowly let the chest come down, the belly will fall, and we'll repeat. So while we're here breathing, I want you to try to focus on any parts of the body where you might be feeling some tension. Go ahead and just use that mind's eye. It's right in the center of your forehead, and just scan the body. Figure out where you're holding any tension. Use the breath to fill that area up with oxygen to create some space. And then as you exhale, slowly release that tension that you might be holding. Could be in the neck, could be in the shoulders, could be the chest, could be the hips, thighs, glutes. I want you to just take a second to recognize and then release. Take a few more breaths here as we gently scan the body. Notice where you're holding that tension. And just gently let it go. It might be in the mind as well. Doesn't always have to be in the body. If you're holding any tension in your thoughts, just let it go, if not just for a moment. All right, now from here, go ahead and open up the eyes or lift the gaze. And we're gonna start with some opening before we get into the movements. So from here, we're just gonna bring the shoulders up towards the ears. I want you to have a gentle squeeze at the top, and then slowly with control, let the shoulders just melt back down towards the floor. If you want to connect the breath, you can breathe in as the shoulders come up. Take a second to pause and hold the breath, and then slowly let the shoulders come down. You want to go a little bit slower here than you want to. I want you to notice if there's any of those catches or any knots or crystals that have formed in the shoulders. Just help smooth and iron those out. Let's do one more. And then once you get to the bottom, let's do some shoulder rotations. The shoulders will come forward and then up, around, and back and down. Do a few more of these on your own. We're still going nice and slow here, taking the time to open up the upper body. Do one more here. And then once you get to the bottom, go ahead and reverse the direction. The shoulders will go back and up, forward, and down. Do a couple more of these on your own. Breathing in as you come up, exhaling as you come down. And then from here, once you get the shoulders down to the bottom, go ahead and make sure that your feet are still planted firmly on the floor. The hands will come down to the side once again. As you breathe in, turn the palms out. The palms will come up. The arms will raise up over your head. Let the palms come together. And as you exhale, lean to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, lean to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, lean to the right one more time, making sure that you plant that left foot into the floor. Breathing in, coming back to center. Exhale to the left, planting that right foot into the floor. Breathing in, coming back to the center. And as you exhale, open up the palms and let the hands come back down to the sides. Now from here, making sure the shoulders are away from the ears. As you breathe in, go ahead and gaze up halfway, maybe where the ceiling and the wall meets. And as you exhale, gently let the head go back just without crunching the neck, just enough where the eyes can gently gaze at the ceiling. Breathing in, let the head come back up to center. And as you exhale, tuck the chin, let the forehead come down. Take a breath here. Notice where you feel the opening. Breathing in, let the head come back up to center. And as you exhale, gaze to the left, one vertebrae at a time. Take a breath here. Inhale, the head comes back to center. Exhale, gaze to the right. Take a breath here. Inhale, bringing the head back to center. And hinging from the hips, right where the hip flexors are, if you want to put your hands there, I want you to fold over, bringing the hands to the floor or the thighs or the shins. Go ahead and grab the back of the calves here. Take a breath in, make sure the shoulders are away from the ears. And as you exhale, go ahead and bring the chest down a little bit closer to the thighs and just let the head hang. You can have a gentle bend in the knees here if that feels good. Just breathe. The weight can be in your heels right now or in the center of your feet. As you breathe in, gently lift the head, bring the hands to the thighs, and slowly, hinging from the hips, I want you to rise. Hands come back down to the side. Now keep in mind, you do not have to twist and turn with me. I'm just making sure you guys can see me in the orientation, all right? So the hands come back down to the side. From here, I want you to take that right hand and place it right in front of your chest, about an inch or two away from your chest. And then take the left hand and place it right on top of the right. The thumbs can come together, making a pyramid shape with your thumbs in your palms of your hands. As you breathe in and exhale, I want you to rotate to the left, starting from the base of the spine, and then the upper. And then coming back to center as you breathe in. Exhale to the left one more time. And this time I'll go ahead and hold here. As you breathe in, bring that left arm out. The right hand can come to the heart. As you exhale, bend at the elbow. The elbow and the shoulder should be the same height. Your head should be right over the center of your chest, or over your left pec. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, gaze over to the right. Inhale, the head comes back to center. Exhale, gaze to the left. Inhale, the head comes back to center. And as you exhale, go ahead and bring the hands and the torso back to the center. The left hand comes on top of the right. And let's do the same thing on the other side. Take a breath in. Exhale, rotate to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, gaze to the right one more time. Hold here. Breathing in, go ahead and outstretch that right arm. Take that left hand to the chest. Breathing in, bending at that elbow and shoulders, same height. Take a breath in. Exhale, gaze to the left. Inhale, the head comes back to center. Exhale, gaze to the right. Inhale, the head will come back to center. And as you exhale, go ahead and rotate back to the center. That right hand comes under the left. Thumbs connect. Keeping the palms together, you're gonna breathe in as the arms come up over your head. And as you exhale, open up the arms without letting them come all the way down. Maybe hover about a foot or so over your thighs. Slight bend in the elbows. This is our protection pose here. Let's set a dedication to our practice. Or maybe a positive affirmation for ourselves. Or just simply sending out some good vibes to the world. We'll take a deep breath in through the nose, gently close the eyes or soften the gaze. And an open mouth exhale, sigh it out. Beautiful. Go ahead and open up the eyes as you breathe in. And as you exhale, slowly let the hands come down to the side. Take a breath in as you can place your hands right back on your hip flexors if you need to. And as you exhale, hinging from the hips, you're gonna forward fold all the way down. Let the knuckles come to the floor first. As you breathe in, go ahead and grab the back of the thighs, or back of the ankles. And as you exhale, bringing the chest down a little bit further to the thighs and let the head hang heavy. As you breathe in, let the head rise, hinging up from the hips. You're gonna come all the way up. And as you exhale, gently bend the knees. And as you breathe in, coming back up to standing. And then from here, go ahead and close the eyes one more time. Use that third eye center to search and seek out any further tension you might be still holding in the body. Use that breath to dissolve it away. Use that breath to search and seek out any tension or deep-rooted trauma that you might be holding in the mind. Just use the breath to help dissolve it away, if just not for a few moments. Bringing the palms to heart center. We're gonna go ahead and close our practice today. The divine light within me, the teacher within me honors the divine light and the teacher within you. Let's bow our heads to still end this practice. Thank you guys very much. All right, I hope that was a great practice for you guys. I really appreciate you working with me with that. And I'll go ahead and hopefully I didn't go too much over time. I wasn't keeping track, but I was trying to. So thank you guys so much.
Thank you so much, Ebony. And we look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Thank you.
You're welcome, you guys.